It's so weird how I used to just hit stream and just go with it, and now that I'm trying to record myself and it's a few years later, I'm like, oh, I don't know what to say. What's going on, guys? That's right, it's me. It's Bobo from Bobo's Place. How y'all doing? I haven't seen y'all in a while. Thanks, WWE and UFC. Um, so what ended up happening with Bobo's Place? Well, I'm just going to start at the very beginning of how it even came to be. For all three of you that seem to care. I was unemployed at the time, and I figured out a way that I could just take the WWE broadcast from... So, when you subscribe to a cable company these days, a lot of them will give you a web portal so that you can watch TV on your computer. What I ended up doing was figuring out a way that I could just take that and just broadcast it on Twitch and see who would watch with me. And that was kind of always the idea, is a lot of people will watch wrestling, but they don't have anybody to watch it with. So my channel was a place where you could watch it with me. The idea would be to kind of create like a little community. Well, eventually it became an idea of to create a little community where everybody is watching wrestling together. But now you can just do that with Discord. But I liked getting like really hyped about like what I saw, and that's kind of what the end product that you saw was me getting really excited about everything. And yeah, pretty much. So it just started off as just this thing. I was unemployed at the time. I was bored, and I figured, let me stream this to Twitch and just see what happens, right? Well, it kind of blew up. At the end of it, I had over 1,000 followers, subscribers. No, Twitch is weird. Yeah, so I had 1,000 followers, and I got DMCA'd quite a few times by the WWE. Got the channel shut down, as some of you know. I had to create backups and all that. And after a while, just constantly getting shut down just wasn't worth it for me anymore. Just, you know, having a channel, building the followers, getting everybody over to that channel, and then for that channel to just get shut down, it sucked after a while. It was like 2 weeks in that I was doing it. I got brigaded from Tima.tv. It was a really weird experience. I think within the first week that I was doing it, there were other Twitch streamers that came into my broadcast, into the chat room, and started giving me a lot of flack for doing what I was doing. I think that they saw that I was getting a lot of followers really quickly, and they were doing what everyone else on Twitch is doing, which is just sticking their face in the bottom right-hand corner of a video game and then just sitting there and playing the game and not really talking that much. That seems to be like what 99% of Twitch is. So they were kind of not offering a different product than anyone else was. Well, I offered something different. So I got just a ton of drama, like, out of nowhere. And it didn't feel like it was worth it. But I kept going, and, you know, I had to deal with the channel getting shut down, so I'd have to make another channel. At the time, my mental health was not tip-top. A lot of you saw me smoking pot on stream and shit like that. The pot was not helping me at all. It was actually making things a lot worse. My depression was getting really bad. A lot of my depression had a lot to do with my career and working. I am like a lot of you who have gone to college for a specific thing, got out into the workforce, and couldn't get a job in the field that I studied, and have to pay off these student loans, and every month you're just tossing $100 to $300 away for something that you feel it wasn't even worth it. So I was going through that. At the time, though, when I was doing Bobo's Place, I had actually worked a job for 2.5 years in my field, but the company It was Time Warner. The company got sold to a different company. We were receiving emails every week from the CEO, Rob Marcus. And every time he would send out an email, the morale would just get lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. We ended up, at first, the job was not like a typical call center. You would just get a call from a customer and you would have to troubleshoot their issues. And that was like the extent of it. You would just handle calls. You would help customers. Do what you can. You know, be pleasant. You know, talk to them like they're your next door neighbor and all that. And, yeah, it was groovy, right? And I was making a decent bit of money. I was able to provide for myself. But then they initiated this thing called Grow Together. And Grow Together was metrics based. So we went from just taking calls and just helping customers and not really having to worry about very much to all of a sudden having to worry about metrics. And metrics will be the death of every call center ever. Metrics are like average handle time. For us, it was truck roll prevention, first call resolution. So we had this weird thing where we had to obviously handle any and all of the customer's concerns while we had them on the phone, right? Well, what if they call back a day or two because now they want to deal with the billing issue? That would negatively impact our first call resolution. But we were an escalation department. So when you called in, you didn't just get to us. You had to talk to other people, usually billing and, you know, customer service first. So the fact that they called back had really nothing to do with us, because if they called back for a billing issue, we were technical support. Billing has nothing to do with us. And at the end of the call, we would always ask, is there anything else that we could help you with? If they wanted to handle a billing issue, they could have brought it up right then and there. And we would say, okay, great. Let me get a customer service rep on the line. I'll hand you off to them. I'll explain your entire situation. I'll let them know who you are. Let them know some of the details about your background and your account and what you want to do. They had every opportunity to do that, and a lot of customers didn't take that opportunity. So it would just negatively affect our stats. So I was dealing with the aftermath of all of that. And again, I was unemployed at the time. And smoking pot all the time. So I was in a really low place mentally. So I started the Bobbo's Place Twitch. And I developed a little bit of a following there. Someone ended up making a Discord, but like I didn't really mess with Discord that much back then. Now I do. I'm on Discord every day now. Yeah. And eventually the Twitch thing kind of blew up. I streamed one of those UFC events, and that just like completely destroyed the whole thing. And everybody was telling me, hey, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. And they're right. I mean, in the end, you know, it was definitely worth the experience for sure. You know, watching something that started off like really small grow super fast, that was pretty freaking cool. But yeah, it was definitely that UFC event. And I was also starting to fall out of love with wrestling again. Like, I know I'm wearing a Shield shirt and I'm wearing my Bullet Club hoodie, but I don't even watch wrestling anymore. It's not something that I enjoy now. Now I watch the UFC. I might figure out some sort of product that I could stream on Twitch. It'll be like live reactions, but it won't be like what it was, where you could actually watch along with me. That just clearly UFC and WWE does not like that, because you're essentially rebroadcasting their material, even though you're taking it as fair use and using it in a transformative way, where you're providing live reactions and stuff like that. They don't care. Fair use. People do not give a shit about fair use these days. So yeah, that's really it. I kind of fell out of love with wrestling. Wasn't in the best headspace. Just didn't want to deal with the channel keep getting shut down. I would try to stream video games and stuff like that, and no one would really watch. So just kind of like, all right, you know, why beat a dead horse? Just let it go. Obviously, I've got like a little bit of a setup here, so I'm gonna start doing some YouTube content. I'm gonna have to heavily edit this video. I'm gonna start doing some YouTube content and just get myself back out there. Also, another thing that I had to deal with a lot was like the negative content or negative comments from people. Just people being really negative. Oh, you're fat. Like, I've never heard that one before. Just like shit like that. Like, oh, get your fat face off my screen. Well, stop watching my channel, sir. Just like shit like that. I mean, it never bothered me. It was just the fact that I heard it so much, like constantly. It's just, ugh. Like, why would I want to put myself like around that? Why would I want to be involved with that? So, you know, it is what it is. So that's the story of Bobbo's Place. It started up because I was unemployed and bored, and it turned into a little thing for a little while of my life. And I became a Twitch affiliate after a short time. And yeah, it's something I look back at and something I really enjoyed. It might be something I'll do again someday, but in a different way. I mean, I've got the setup for it. I still understand OBS pretty well. I've obviously got this little shindig going right here. I got my camera, a different camera than I had last time. This is a different microphone that I had last time. I'll eventually be getting a much better camera. You know, some lighting, you know, some like, you know, the whole like umbrellas with like the shade in front of it, and like I'll get the whole lighting set up and all of that, and you know, maybe I'll come up with something cool. All right, take care, guys, and hey, if you watched Bobbo's Place, if you enjoyed it, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. All right, take care, guys.